Governance is not just what people do. At the heart of it is the ability to think, to just sit down and conceptualize ideas, to think about the problems that the country is facing, and then attempt to address them. They don't have time for that. It's threats, it's intimidation, it's atrocities. So that's on one side. If you look at the IEBC, he's already completed the design. He's captured the IEBC electronic voter registration system. It's cloned. It's now being controlled from State House. He's cloned the Secretariat infrastructure. He's put NIS through Nurdin Haji to infiltrate and take over the Secretariat. So now what is the wild card? The wild card would be the judiciary who will then, whom he thinks, if he messes up the election the way that he plans to do, can bring accountability to the violations, like Maraga did in 2017. That is his thinking. Ruto will stop at nothing to try to cling to power. To me, that is the most important warning. He's telling us, I can do anything to cling to power, and there is nothing you can do. And I think this is where, for me, the challenge is important. Because he was put there by the people. A lot of people are saying it was a mistake. It wasn't. Because what was the option? You see, it wasn't a mistake if you are only left with two options. Uhuru continuing to rule through Raila or Ruto coming in. So if you put Ruto, a weakened Ruto, it's easy to take him out than to let an entrenched president who has been there for 10 years to continue. So for me, Kenyans showed Ruto that we can give it to you and take it away. So Ruto is extremely weak, and you've seen he's very vulnerable. And the more he exposes his vulnerability, the better for us. That's why I said it's a sad moment, but it's also a glorious moment. Because the more desperate Ruto exhibits, the more desperation he exhibits, the more Kenyans are seeing that really the power is in their hands. The more cabinet secretaries leave Ruto, show a backbone, and criticize him or contradict him, the better for us. We want this government, the regime, to disintegrate, to implode from within as the citizens come for it from outside. It must be made completely, the country has to be made, in my view, completely ungovernable, so that Ruto feels that he has to be campaigning 24 hours to be able to get little bit of legitimacy, which he can't get. So like now, where is it that Ruto thinks he's getting support? He thinks that he's getting support from Nyanza. But don't be deceived. Nyanza is not behind him. Luos are not behind him. Luos are just there because of fatigue, political fatigue, economic fatigue, emotional fatigue. Luos have been battered since 1966. So anybody can get tired of being consistently battered. If you see even the recent deaths and disappearances, it's mainly Luos that have been targeted, actually. Don't let anybody be deceived. Every cycle of insecurity in the country, and when a president feels vulnerable, they assassinate Luos. And I want to say this without any fear of contradiction. Who was the first assassinated major character in this regime? It was General Ogola. I mean, that's the truth. Recently, who are the major figures in Kenya who have died mysteriously? It was Roslyn Odede. from Kenya National Human Rights Commission. And who are the people pretending that they are in government and are protecting them? Also Luos. It's a major embarrassment. But I'm not saying only Luos are being persecuted in this government. I'm simply saying the contradictions are glaring and Kenyans are seeing it. And the Luos that he thinks are going to replace the Kikuyus who have basically voted with their feet so that he can organize a coronation are not with him because they can see transparently what he's doing. So therefore, he goes to Western and he thinks swallowing Mudavadi's ANC is going to be a reprieve. Mudavadi, who cannot even be elected a member of parliament, in Bahatia right now, in his own home area, he can't be elected a member of parliament if he were to vie. So Ruto is finished, politically done, and there is no escape route. I'm going to finish here by saying that the onus now, the duty, is in all of us, patriotic Kenyans, people who have been in the trenches, people who have memory, and I know a lot of people do, people who have a sense of dignity and a sense of self-worth, people who know what citizenship means and the powers of a citizen vis-a-vis those they delegated responsibilities of public office to, people who understand the constitutional remits of what a president is supposed to do or not supposed to do what we must do. And that is rally each other, mobilize each other, encourage each other, support each other, expose this regime in every way possible, all the time, and mobilize and gather in as many numbers as possible in all spaces to be able to push Ruto out of power. So that's my first message, and I thank you. You don't know how cowardly these people are. But on top of that, it is disempowering to the people to tell them, to scare them away, to sell fear to them. Because all these revolutions we've been talking about, those places were also guarded. The French guarded their emperor. Ceausescu was more guarded than Ruto. The Philippines guarded their president more than Ruto. Compaore, a military man, guarded himself more than Ruto. Let's not sell fear to the people. Mugabe guarded himself. 1 million people cannot be shot on the streets. That would be suicide for Ruto. So let's not sell fear to our citizens. Our citizens have the power to take power that they donated to Ruto, and they can do that directly at State House. And I can assure you, once you have 1 million people marching to State House, there will be no shot fired. These police officers and the military will join the crowd. They will protest against Ruto. And Ruto will be gone before you can say hello